What's up guys, the Lazy Goldmaker here. Today we're going to talk about spirits of harmony, what you should do with them, and sort of how you can make the most value out of them. Obviously, if you're playing the game, you'll probably get these. If you have maximized your tiller farm, then you will be probably planting these. At least that's usually the best case. So today we're going to sort of look through all of the things you can do with them, and depending on your profession, figure out how valuable they are. So there's a reason why I'm in the shrine. This is the Alliance shrine, and this right here is the Spirit of Harmony vendor. So here you can turn your Spirits of Harmony into other materials if you don't have anything to craft with them. So generally speaking, there are a couple of options here that are roughly similar in value. So you have the Golden Lotus. 2 Golden Lotuses have 50 gold each. That's about 100 gold. You can get 20 Spirit Dust, which with the current price being at 5 gold each, that's another 100 gold. Or you can get 5 Mysterious Essences at 20, 30 gold minimum buyout right now, which would put it at 150. But if you look at the market value, then it's 5 of these at 21 gold. So you're looking at about 100 gold. So these 3 are generally the best ones. None of the other ones are as good. So if you do this, then you want to do one of these and sell those items on the auction house, or if you're an enchanter or an alchemist, maybe you can use them to craft with. So obviously this is sort of the baseline. This is something you can always do, so it's quite important to make sure that you are valuing your spirits at the right price. So what I've done is I've made a custom source that you can find in the blog post linked in the video description. So this one you will add here. You click add new custom source and you paste the string and then you call it something. I called mine Spirit, as we can see here. And this will just compare all of the items you can get and the quantities and return the maximum value. And then once I have that, then we go here to the crafting window and reports and materials, and then I searched up Spirit of Harmony. And in this window, I deleted whatever was here before, and I just wrote the name of this custom source, which is Spirit. And we can see that now it's valuing my Spirits of Harmony at about 105 gold each, because that's the currently most profitable one based on the market value. That means we now have stuff like crafting cost for Imperial Silk using Spirit of Harmony. So we can see here that it's about 347 gold per Imperial Silk if I were to craft it. Now with tailoring in particular, it's a little bit hard to get the right data in, because it's by default going to use the cheapest crafting cost for Imperial Silk. But we can see here that since this one is roughly 300 gold more expensive than the other one, then we already know that using Spirits of Harmony for the spell thread is completely pointless. That would be a big loss. And then obviously we could check the spell twister stuff, but I also think this would be a loss, yeah, because you need 6 and 4 and the profit is just a couple of 100 gold. So with tailoring, the Spirits of Harmony aren't really worth anything. I think it's the same thing for engineering, with the scope just being completely pointless. But that's how it is. Now, if we're looking for stuff that is valuable, then the top 2 professions, in my opinion, are blacksmithing and leatherworking. Both of those have really good options. Also, if you are a jewel crafter, you may care about unlocking recipes using it. And it's also possible, but very unlikely, that you want to do the living steel transmute. That's sort of if you're really desperate for living steel, it could be worth it. But generally speaking, the living steel on my realm is less than the 300 gold you would just get from just selling turning the spirits into any of the materials at the vendor and selling them, essentially. So why is leatherworking and blacksmithing so good? Well, for blacksmithing, you have all of the crafted items. In particular, you have the crafted item level 463 weapons that are extremely good for people just getting to level 85 or 90, I guess. They are quite expensive. We can find them on the auction house. Just look for masterwork. So we have here a bunch of recipes that require 1 Spirit of Harmony, and it's selling for 2,500. The rest of the materials are a couple of hundred gold, so you're looking at maybe 1,500, 1,000, 2,000 gold profit for your Spirit of Harmony, which is extremely good. There are other options as well, like you have the Lifekeeper's Robe. There's some leatherworking stuff, but this one is a lot less good, because you're looking at spending 6 or 8 Spirits of Harmony to craft these items. And as you can see here, they're not selling for that much. At 8 Spirits of Harmony, this is 800 gold worth of Spirits of Harmony, so there's not going to be much profit. The gloves are looking a little bit more juicy. Now there is a final group of items for leatherworking that is really good. So you have here the Shadow Leather leg armor, the Agility leg armor. This one requires 1 Spirit of Harmony and 1 Magnificent Hide. They're both about 100 gold. That means you're looking at 400 gold per Spirit of Harmony, 450, 500 gold in profit per Spirit of Harmony, which is extremely good, right? That is probably that's 4 times what you can get at the vendor. It's a little bit worse than the blacksmithing weapons, but it is very, very good. So this is sort of the main option. And if you have leatherworking or blacksmithing, then farming Spirits of Harmony is probably, or at least generating Spirits of Harmony is one of the most profitable things you can do to be in a market where there's less competition, and you can really just crank out some items that people won't be able to compete with you. So yeah, that's sort of the main thing you can do. I think for if you are like me and you have like leatherworking, or tailoring, engineering on your main, then you're not really going to be in a good position to profit off of the Spirits of Harmony. Then you are just going to be selling them to the vendor and turning the materials in there, and then enjoying the 100 gold, which is quite good. But if you have one of the big armor professions in leatherworking or blacksmithing, then it is time to get your tillers farm up and running and producing Spirits of Harmony every day. And going to town. So yeah, guys, that's it. Short little video to help you figure out how to utilize Spirits of Harmony and figure out how valuable they are. And once you've done the stuff I showed you with setting up the custom price, then for any profession you can just go in here, look up the recipes. So we can look up the Blastington Scope of Doom, for instance, which I already know is a big loss because it's still selling for 100 gold. We can see that that's completely pointless. We can see that the long-range Trillium Sniper is also not giving enough profit because it requires actually 2 Spirits of Harmony. But maybe it will at some point in the future. You can also see all of the recipes that require Spirit of Harmony, and of course none of them are showing any profits, sadly, for engineering. But that's life. If you have blacksmithing or leatherworking, as I said, it's going to be a different story. Good luck.